difficult to stay positive when you constantly get kicked in the fucking nuts. Honest to God. So I'm up here Sunday, I'm up here all day yesterday, I'm up here trying to get this river done because according to the weather forecast, we've got about 60 to 70 mil of rain coming over the course of the next week, and that is a substantial amount on a very, very dry, very hard compacted soil base. We're going to get flash flooding, etc. So it's an absolute necessity that I get this poxy river done that I've been waiting all summer to do because it's been dry and I haven't had a machine. So I've got the machine going, and I've got that first section done. I'm doing the second section. It's a bit of an arse because the big machine, as I've talked about before, is too big really to be tracking along there, and it keeps just subsiding, keeps sinking, and I'm worried I'm causing more damage there, right? And all the work that I've done is just going to be in vain because I keep putting big tracks in there. And so anyway, got up here this morning. I've put about 4 loads in. I've had to track up in this to get that pushed into the corners behind the Nicospan and get everything sorted. And then the dumper won't reverse. Go forward, won't reverse. I'm not an electrician, mechanical electrician for motors and stuff like this. So I'm under there. It's a bit of a hob-shob of a setup anyway. Somebody obviously, fashioned some system to make it work. So anyway, I managed to take what I thought was the switch and take the forward off of the forward and put it onto the switch, which was then for the reverse, and vice versa. And I managed to be able to back the machine out from along the river. Otherwise, it'd been stuck on the river. So I get that back round here, and I've just spent the last hour and a half trying to get it to go into forward gear. Now it won't go into forward gear no matter what I do. Every time I take a pin out and redo it, because I thought maybe the switch had busted and the positive and the negative, I just span them around, because really that's all it is, and then it gives you the connection. So every time I do that now, it just cuts the motor out. So now I've got a machine that only goes in reverse. So I've had to reverse it all the way out of here and back up somewhere, and obviously try and make it safe, where if I back it into somewhere, I then can't get the bloody thing out. So I've had to leave it on a side where I can still reverse it out if I need to move it before I can try and get someone to come and try and fix it. Just more money, more stress, and now I'm going to have to, because I need to get this done, I'm going to have to track the machine all the way around, which means going across the dam wall, which means moving my siphon that I put in 2 days ago. I'm going to have to track across the stream, cause some damage there, and then come up and try and take some soil out of the river and make my way along the area that I'm doing. It's not ideal, it's not what I want it to do, but I ain't got a bloody choice, and I'm at my wit's end, to be honest. I work bloody hard, and I try and do everything I can to get on with the jobs. And I just keep getting faced with shit going wrong that I don't have the capacity to deal with, and nobody here that'll help. So anyway, a little moan on a Sunday morning. It's now Sunday afternoon. Sorry about the early language. You'd have got a lot more. I am done. I thought I'd keep you up to speed with what's going on. I'm going to try and get this sorted, try and track down there, try and get it done. I'll catch you. Bye. All right, after a little meltdown earlier, I've actually done it. It ain't neat, it's not how I'd like it, but really sketchy having such a big machine on all this. And because I've backfilled now against what is basically an edge shutter, of course with the weight of a 16 tonner on that, I'm concerned that'll just blow it out. So I've got all the earth in. It's definitely not going to go anywhere when the rains come. I'm just going to have to get in here and tidy it up and probably put a top layer on. Really, I need my 6 tonner to do that, and then I can level it out and grass it up. But I'll show you what I've done. It's it ain't the prettiest, but as I say, I had a bit of a sense of humour failure when the dumper shit itself, and I just keeps giving me it just keeps testing me. And it's not like I look after everything. Anyone that knows me knows that you know, I get everything serviced on time and everything gets done as it should be, but these things still keep just ballsing up. Anyway, let me show you what I've done. Right, I'm not sure you're going to be able to see too much with this poxy shadow, to be fair. But anyway, here we are, look. This is our edge now. Fully loaded. God knows how many tonne I've put in there, to be fair. I think one blew out up here I saw, but everything else seems to have stayed pretty good. Yeah, there's one just up there went, look. But otherwise, it actually didn't look hasn't come out too bad. When this all sets up, I'll get the dumper done. I've got the line of tree trunks to put in here, which will bring the lakeside up, and then I'm going to cover this in, well, see how this sets up. If it sets up all right, then I'll just put a little skim of topsoil on it, grade it out a bit better, and then and seed it. If it doesn't, then I'll just put rock on it. It's not like I need to come around here during harvest or anything like that, so this area doesn't need to be sort of super hard underfoot. It just needs to take a tractor for me to mow. But anyway, there we go. It's all done. I can feel safe now that it's not going to flood. Still got this blowout up here to finish, but I'll do that another time now. This is all holding up really nicely and still looking good and doing the job. So yes, there we go. Sunday finished. My name's Guff and I've had enough. My name's Goff and I'm going to head off. All right. I'll catch you all later. Got some of you, if you're watching from Australia, got Kate Potter coming. Used to be an elite mountain bike, used to ride for Australia. She now lives down in the Pyrenees with her partner and her husband, and she's also a horsey girl. So she and Sal are off on a big horsey adventure. So she turns up this afternoon or later this afternoon. So I'm going to head home and meet her. I haven't seen her since I raced at Stromlo many moons ago now. So it'd be good to catch up and see what she's been up to down there. And yeah, catch you all later. Bye bye. Okay, so another little session down on the... Get off, grasshopper. Get off, grasshopper. Another little session down on the main lake, removing tench. And I had this. Again, it's an early seed. It's a C2, but that is just over a year old, but it's probably 3.5 pound. Really chunky. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that kipper. Look at him, little fat fella. Yeah, bloody marvellous. I'm super happy. So these are going up in the top lake because this is where I'm going to bring them through. And it reduces the biomass while I'm getting these out. But I tell you what, that is some creature. Absolutely beautiful. Right, let's get her in and I've got to get on the machine. Yo guys, so another massive day today actually, and I'm super stoked because you know, I'd had this blowout on this main corner when I first did the Nicospan, so I had to come back and do a new revision to it. So I've cut a load out, dug a load out, put new posts and done a new fresh job on it. I'm really happy with it. It's now super high, which this is the critical corner, so I was a bit worried that you know, it's the only one I'd ballsed up. I'd made a right cock up of it and it could flood again and then I'd be back to square one. So I'll just show you what I've done today. It's actually come out real nice. I'm really happy with it, and it's just wide and solid through here now. So I'm just yeah, it's just bloody marvellous. I'll just show you. All right, so there we go. Can I come out to that? No, I can't. There we go. So this was the area that was fully blown out, and so I've put an extra row in. I took a row out of the Nicospan, cut another one in. I've used these to build up. I've used the concrete here to build up this side as well, and put the other one over here and made this all much even higher still. So yeah, super happy. Obviously that's really solid down here now because there's like double poles in here. It's not as neat as some of the other bits, but at the end of the day, this isn't the Taj Mahal, do you know what I mean? That ain't gonna go anywhere. That's super solid, and I'm really happy. Fantastic. Right, now I've just got to go and feed these fish, and then I've got to go and fill up juice in the motor because Sal's off on her adventure with Kate tomorrow, and looks like they're going to get bloody rain. It should be a real shame, but fingers crossed for them. I hope it all goes all right. I'm going to fill up with juice, get myself some Grimbergen, and get home and get in the lake because I fancy a swim. I've been sweating like a bejeepers. All right, I'll catch you later, guys. Bye bye. Top of the morning to you guys. Right, rain's due tomorrow for over a week, lots of it. So this is my job today, clearing this and putting it at about sort of 2 foot. If I can get that about 2 foot, which is about where the water level is. So what I've got to do, I've just went and walked it. Again, it's going to be touch and go because I know that I know that underneath here is really quite solid, but there is quite a layer of thinner silt that's obviously built up over time over the top of this old lake. So what I need to do is track up through the middle over this stuff, and then I want to try and remove a lot of these bankside vegetational plants because I want to actually use them all around the edges rather than waste them. And as soon as I've scraped all them off, I'm going to sort of track them and put them all up over here, and then I can deal with them later. Then I'll track back out, and then I'll start scraping back, and all of that spoil I'm going to put along this edge so that then I can come up onto this ground later on, remove all the spoil, and probably create a big hedge, cover this lot here with most of it. Any of the good soil, topsoil and stuff I will try and keep because I may use it over on that river. Just to make it a little bit better when I've got the dumper going. But that's the job for the day. Let's see what I can get done, and let's hope I don't sink the cat. Catastrophe, that would be catastrophe. But I've got to go and do it. I've got to get it done today. This is the day to do it, and it gives me this extra bit of this lake, which is super beneficial. So I'm going for it, and keep fingers crossed for me. Catch yous, bye bye. All right, so I haven't sunk the cat yet, which is always a Brucey bonus. And I've managed to dig out the top of the lake, well, pretty much. I've got about a third more to do. Pretty happy with how it's going, actually. This whole area then is going to have probably, once it comes up to its normal level, it's going to have about 1.5 to 2 foot over this area, so very shallow. But I know full well the fish will be up here and in it. Remember, this isn't going to have huge fish. This is going to have the sort of C2s going up into their C3 year. So this area, I think, is actually going to be a really, really good area. It's going to heat the water up quite quickly, and it's also going to act as a really nice area for them to come and get sun early in the year to get, you know, that better growth potential. So I'll just swing it round and show you what I've been up to so far. Yeah, I'm pretty happy, which is good. All right, so as you can see, I started out on this end and I've just sort of worked my way back. What I've actually done is I've actually used, I've put all the fill against here. And when I get down there, I'll show you. All the reeds then I've dug out, I've actually formed a margin all the way along there with the roots all in place, which hopefully will keep all that ground together. And then I can come up here and level this off, and I've just thickened up this end slightly. It would be too shallow up here anyway, really, for them. So I think what I've done is actually the perfect option. You know, I've probably increased, by the time I take this area out, I've probably increased nearly 1/2 acre, which is just bloody great. So yeah, super happy with it so far. I haven't got stuck, which is obviously the major Brucey bonus. This water, once I put the boards in, comes up to the top of that bank. So you've actually probably got 2.5 foot in there in most of it, which is, it's going to be really, really productive. I might leave a couple of little dot islands for fish to get into. They should be cormorant proof in here, so there shouldn't be a problem. It just gives them a little bit more structure and an area. So there we go, super happy. All right, so I've done the best I can. I couldn't quite get out to this little islandy section, so this actually does get covered with water, so only a small amount, but it'll act as a little bit of habitat for the C3s that are in here. Well, they're going as C2s and become C3s. This area though, remembering that this is now nearly 2 foot down, this is all going to have at least 2 foot over the top of it. And it's absolutely fantastic. I'm stoked, to be honest, because you know, it's really opened up this top end, and once all these trees come down, this is going to get a load more sunshine. And yeah, I'm absolutely made up with it, because it's just going to enhance the whole of this top lake's performance, because as that water comes in here, it's now going to go across this, you know, comes in quite cool in this lake, and it's always 1 to 2 degrees cooler than the main lake, so it's going to be much better. Yeah, so super productive day, really made up with that. You know, I'm going to go and put the boards in the monk now. Rain will come tomorrow. Hopefully this will all be filled, and within a week this is all going to be done. As you can see, I actually ended up not putting it all up on the bank. I actually created, as I was digging out, you can see along here and down here, as I was digging these reed systems, or whatever type of plant that is, I'm not 100% sure, has a really good root ball to it. So as I was digging them out, I was laying them in front of the old existing edge of the pond that was always dry, mind, and then backfilling behind it. So I've actually created a marginal area already, so these will continue to grow and should be bloody great. And it won't, you know, within a week or two this is all going to have grown up and it'll look half decent again. So yeah, super stoked. Another good day done, and yeah, now time for me to go and get the boards in on the monk system, and hope for the rain for tomorrow.